is not telling me what we're going to do. He has listed a whole bunch of obscure things and places to go see, and I will just follow him. So you follow me. I am rolling.
This is the Musee Carnavalet, a museum on the history of Paris, which includes Napoleon's toiletries.
Oh, I've always wanted to see Napoleon's toiletries, and now is my chance. It already came from the right bank of the Seine, where commercial activity is more established, deriving from the Latin word insignia, meaning a signal, distinction, and decoration. The sign displayed activities within to passerbys. The Two Cross Keys is a sign for an 18th century locksmith with traces of gilding. The sleeping cat is a sign of a wine merchant, which invited people to come in for a drink or two. That probably belonged to a Jewish merchant. 3 plum rats signified a cheesemaker. I could spend most of the day in here.
We're in no hurry.
The Star of David is from an 18th century synagogue. That has never changed. Obviously, sign of a food merchant. What's over here? Lobster? A big fork? We are still in the Marais district, and 2 mansions listed as historic monuments. It has recounted the history of Paris, the history of Paris and its inhabitants since it opened in February 1880. There are over 625,000 items and growing all the time. Of course, there's a lot of glare. France is going to host the Olympics in 2024. In 1770, the 14-year-old Marie Antoinette became the Dauphine when she married the heir to the throne of France, whose title was the Dauphine. They were first married by proxy in Vienna, and then she departed for France. At the border, a traditional rite of passage strips her of her original clothes and belongings to dress her in new finery. How about a short rendition of Flintstones? We're the Flintstones.
6,000 and 2,200 BC.
It's between 6,000 and what?
And 2,200.
In 2,200 BC, a boat made out of one tree.
At least 4,000 years old.
Some literal gold money. And here we have a doctor's kit for small, common surgical procedures. Let's just let's nip in there. How about Geneviève, who was born in Nanterre? In the spring of 451, she called on the Parisians to resist Attila, king of the Huns. She is a patron saint of Paris. Following weather-related disasters or during conflicts, her shrine, a large case housing her relics, was paraded through the city. These are all fragments of a Henry IV equestrian statue. He used to be right in the middle of Pont Neuf.
No.
All that's left. Like so. The woodwork and painted ceilings on display come from old Parisian mansions during the mid-16th and 18th century. Many of these mansions no longer exist, and the collection is unique in the world. This style of what was called grotesque decor was very popular. You can hear the floor squeaking.
We got some kind of drop.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Touch, don't sit. Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King, encouraged the artists of his time. This is a typical 18th century Parisian living room. You have a game of cards, games, listen to a little music, and talk. Storm the Bastille. After that, thousands of Parisian women marched to Versailles. They forced the king to accept the revolution and return to Paris. Very heavy iron handcuffs. I think we walked by the temple the other day. Temple Tower was surrounded by 4 turrets. And between 1792 and 1795, the royal family was imprisoned there. The temple enclosure was a real city surrounded by ramparts located outside of Paris. It was in the temple dungeon known as Temple Tower that the royal family was imprisoned. All the buildings were destroyed at the beginning of the 19th century. Supposedly, the portrait of Marie Antoinette in the prison. Louis XVI bids farewell to his family. Adieu, adieu. Here, Marie Antoinette is shown as brave, walking to the guillotine. And here we have Napoleon's sword. Marlon Brando. Napoleon's campaign kit, which was his favorite, stored service for 12 amongst many other little items. Did you know a giraffe named Zarafa arrived in Paris in 1827, and the creature triggered a new fashion phenomenon, giraffomania. Did you look at this? Creepy. Let's kill all the people. This is a definitely creepy room. What is going on? My goodness gracious. I took that fragment as we walked through from one room to another. Cute little gift shop. How about a pair of socks with Napoleon on them? Candle fragrances. Lots of candles.